fun, of course, until somebody gets hurt.
That's right. There were an estimated 13,000 fireworks-related emergency department treated injuries last year. 13,000.
That's crazy.
Dr. Don Shifrin's here this morning with some advice for parents about how to keep our kids safe this 4th of July. Happy 4th to you.
Doc. Happy 4th. Good to be here.
This is one of those holidays that's fun, a lot of people celebrating. When it comes to fireworks, we can't say this enough. People still get injured despite all the warnings, right?
Absolutely. If you combine the celebration with, freedom, families, and fun, sometimes there's an unfortunate occurrence, and I've seen this over decades. The American Academy of Pediatrics for decades has asked parents, please do not buy or use personal fireworks because they are a hazard. And, we see 13,000 injuries. We see the average of 7 deaths a year from fireworks. Last year, there were 8 deaths in 2017. A 2-year-old and an 11-year-old were killed by shrapnel from an exploding fireworks, which is just tragic. And, if you look at the #1 injury for kids, and 1 out of 5 injuries that go to the emergency room are kids under 10, it's sparklers. These things are anywhere from 1,300 to 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit, which can melt metal.
They seem very innocuous, right? There's just this little sparkler,
Right.
and kids can hold them, but even something as simple as that can cause injuries.
Absolutely. And when you consider that, when I've seen eye injuries that can be permanent, most of these injuries that go to the emergency room, about 90% are released the same day from minor burns. But seriously, there are, I would say, 14% of injuries that occur to eyes. That's 1 in 7. And about 30% of the injuries are to hands and fingers, as you would understand. So if you're using personal fireworks, there's either misuse, which means you're lighting them off in your hand, or you're lighting them off incorrectly, or there's malfunctions where they're positioned wrong and the flight path is bad, or somebody says, well, they didn't light, so I'll go check them again. The malfunctions are really what happens with personal fireworks. So
It used to be that families would go to the park, everyone would go watch the fireworks.
Right.
That's completely flipped now, right?
Completely flipped. In the year 2000, about 1/3 of fireworks were used for professional displays. 2016, 1/10.
That's incredible. So more people buying fireworks. It's a big business.
It's $1.2 billion a year in fireworks, and actually fireworks are cheaper than the hot dogs you'll be grilling today per pound. So they're not that expensive, unfortunately. And speaking of hot dogs, just to be safe, #1 choking hazard for kids under 4.
Jeez.
So if you're giving your under 4-year-old hot dogs, right, if you're giving your under 4-year-old hot dogs, that's going to be a hazard as well. And I hate to be a downer on the July 4th, but we do see that as well.
Yeah. Well, that's why
we see the video that a lot of times fire departments do these demonstrations, and they put a dummy with the fireworks, in their hand, and it blows up.
Heads are blown off.
Things like that. You would think that would sort of alarm people to the danger of fireworks. As a pediatrician, what do you want to say to parents out there who are still, I don't know, maybe thinking, oh, that's not going to happen to my kid?
Well, if indeed you decide to use personal fireworks, #1, no child should have that fireworks around them. You want to use eye protection. You want to have a hose or a bucket of water nearby. You don't want to relight any fireworks. You want to hose them or douse them. And please, if you're going to do that, have the children completely far away, because exploding shrapnel has killed children. So, again, the best and the safest way to celebrate today is leave it to the professionals. There's plenty of wonderful displays out in almost every city. Renton, Bellevue, Seattle, Woodinville, Kirkland, they all have great displays. So enjoy the family holiday safely.
Okay. Dr. Don Shifrin, thanks for being here. We appreciate it.
Always a pleasure. Have a great holiday.
Yeah.